Bugün 2 ayının 5. günü G'ulji inqilabınınki yoki qirg'inchilikninki 29 yillik xotirasi bo'yicha Avstraliya Uyg'ur jamiyatininki uyushtirishida Sidneydagi Xittay Elchiligining oldida namayish qilmoqchi yoki 10 minutdan keyin namoyishimiz rasmiy boshlanadi. Bugun nihoyat issiq 35 gradus.
29 years ago, on February 5th, 1997, in Chinese occupied Turkestan. To get us kicked off, we're going to start off with this nation's national anthem. Now we stand for the anthem of East Turkestan.
Yaşasın serbestlik halimiz. Yaşasın, yaşasın serbestlik halimiz.
Now we're going to go ahead and hear our first speech by the President of the Australian Uyghur Association, Mr. Bakhtiyar Böre. Arzu tuanda Bakhtiyar Böre efendi, yani şu Avusturya Uyghur Cemiyeti'nin reisinin tarafında bir nuthanlayımız beraber.
Thank you. Today in Sydney is about 30 degrees. In this 29 years ago, in this demonstration in Gulja was minus 30 degrees. We begin by paying our respects to the traditional custodians of the land on which we gather today. And we pay our respects to their elders, past and present. Today, we standing here in front of the Chinese consulate in Sydney to remember the victims of the 1997 Gulja massacre. On 5th February 1997, in the city of Gulja, thousands of Uyghurs gathered peacefully. We were calling for dignity, religion freedom, and the basic human rights that every person deserves. We carry no weapon. We carry hope. But that hope was met with brutality. Chinese security forces opened fire on unarmed protesters. Many were killed in the streets. Thousands were arrested. Countless families were left searching for loved ones who never returned home. To this day, there has been no justice, no accountability. no independent investigation. Gulja was not an isolated tragedy. It was a warning sign. It marked the beginning of an intensified campaign of repression that has now escalated into what the world recognizes as a genocide. Today, we stand not only to mourn, but to speak the truth, here where it cannot be silent. We call on China, on the Chinese government to reveal the truth about the Gulja massacre. Release all unjustly detained Uyghurs in the ongoing genocide in our homeland. And we call on the Australian government and the international community to stand firmly on the side of justice and the human rights. We remember the martyrs of Gulja. We honor their courage, and we promise we will never forget. Thank you. Az ben bunu Uygur'da söyleyeyim. Nahar speaker'ın Uygur. Bugün biz Sydney'deki Xittay konsulxanası aldıda 1997 yıldaki Gulja kırgınçılıkta hayatıdan ayrılan kerimdaşlarımızı hatırlaş için cem bulduk. Hemminlarının müşahikayınlar için Allah razı olsun. Rahmet. 1997 yıl 5. fevral günü Gulja şehrinde mınlıgan Uygur yaş kız yigitleri tüni çalda namayishga çıkan idi. Ular insani kadir kıymet, dini erkinlik ve her bir insanga taalluq bolgan asosiy kişilik huquqlarini talab qilgan idi. Ular öz erkinligiga erishishdak umidlari bilan ko'chalarga chiqqan edi. Biroq bu umid vahşiyetlik bilan qarshi edildi. Xittay jallodlari tarafidan qirg'inchilikqa uchradi. Xittay xavfsizlik kuchlari qurolsiz namoyishlarga rahimsizlarcha o't ochdi. Ve 30 gradus öldürdüren 30 gradusdaki soğuk su çıkıp öterdi. Sansız aylar kayıp gelmeyen yıkımlarını, aziz tezerlerini isteş ve ensizlik içinde geçirdi. Bütün Şarkı Türkistan terör altında kaldı. Bana bugünküce hiç kandak odalar olmadı. Hiç kandak cevapkarlık suçlanılmadı. Müstakil tekşürüşlerine ilip verilmedi. Gulja faciası yalnız bir vaka emesdi. Bu bana biz şahit bulunmaktan bugün gündeki milli kırgınçılık veya bastırış siyasetten başını sıkı alıydı. Bugün bu bastırışta dünya ilgi kırgınçılıkta itiraf kılıvatkan dersiye yetti. Bugün biz fakat matem küçükle emez, belki sükut kılgınıp dolmaydıgan hakikatli sözleş bu yerine kıldık. Biz Xittay hükümetinden Gulja kırgınçılığının hakikatini aşkarlaşını, nahak tutun kılıngan milyonlanan bağırlık Uygurlarını şersiz koyup verişini, vatanimizde damlaşmaktan ilgi kırgınçılıkını toplaşını talep kılınız. Şundakla Avustralya hükümetini ve halkara cemiyetini adalet ve kişilik hukuklar tarafta kat'i duruşuna çağırırız. Biz Gulja'nın şehitlerini esleyimiz. Onların cesaretini hürmetleyimiz. Özümüzge ülke kılımız ve onlarını herkes unutmayınız. Rahmet.
Zaten Xittay'da intikam alınır.
Olmaz.
Yo'qdimiz.
Qilgan xalqimiz va intiqomimiz chuqur olamiz.
Alimiz.
Bugungi bu kunni hargiz unutib qolmaymiz. Biz shu xalqimizning qonlaridan hur dunyoda yashab, shu xalqimizga husnlardan ishni inshaalloh chuqur qilamiz. China lies, people die.
China lies, people die.
China lies, people die.
China lies, people die.
Freedom for East Turkestan.
Freedom for East Turkestan.
Freedom for East Turkestan.
Freedom for East Turkestan.
Shame on.
China.
Shame on.
China.
Terrorists.
China.
Say a few words before I hand off to the General Secretary, Mr. Mehmet Çelepçi. As the President, Mr. Bakhtiar Bora, pointed out, we are gathered here for the 27th anniversary of the Ulja massacre. There are massacres happening every day, but this one particularly was caught on camera. The international community knows about it. A lot of the atrocities that we hear about, the genocide and the crimes against humanity today, because of China's high-tech surveillance, the technology and the money bought of diplomats, they hide all of it. But this was the first time in the world that countries like Australia, the United States, the United Nations, everyone knew and is well aware about what happened 29 years ago. But we stood silent. And then we had another 12 years after that, we had the Urumqi massacre. And massacre after massacre till we got the widespread concentration camps and further more. So we are here today. Don't be like there we are very few in number. It doesn't matter even if there is one Uyghur, one person to say get out of East Turkestan. Freedom for East Turkestan. Freedom for Uyghurs. We will be here. We are here peacefully. But more than the weapons are our voice. China are afraid of our voice. So I urge everyone here today to remain hopeful. May Allah bless you. You are very brave. May Allah reward you all. And now I hand it off to our brother Mehmet Çelepçi, Secretary of the Australian Uyghur Association, for some words. Jazakallah.
Good afternoon, everybody. Today we are here to commemorate the 29th anniversary of one of the massacres of the Uyghur people by the Chinese Communist regime. On the 5th of February 1997, that is 29 years ago, Uyghurs in a peaceful manner demonstrated on the streets of Ulja city, demanding religious and cultural rights and an end to the discrimination. In return, the authorities responded with violence and hundreds of young Uyghur people were killed and thousands were arbitrarily detained, tortured, imprisoned, or executed. These facts have been documented extensively by the human rights organizations worldwide. We do remember those victims and commemorate those victims who lost their lives in a courageous manner for their cultural and religious rights. After 29 years, has there been any change? Has things gone toward better or worse? Unfortunately, as mentioned before me, further massacres took place, and when we came to 2016, 2017, the Chinese Communist Party has initiated a concentration camp policy towards by which they interned millions of Uyghur people, especially the intellectuals, business people, young people with strong cultural identity. And people were forcefully indoctrinated to force them to abandon, to leave their culture, religion, and language. It is like formatting a computer hard disk. They aim to format the hearts and minds of the Uyghur people to destroy, with the aim of destroying their culture, religion, and language identity. There has been, in the process, there has been a lot of killings and torture, forced sterilization of women to destroy the Uyghur population, and hundreds of thousands of children separated from families, again with the aim of destroying the Uyghur civilization. Also, Uyghur cultural heritage places were destroyed extensively. On the 9th of December 2021, the Uyghur Tribunal made a decision, made a determination that the treatment of the Uyghur people by the Chinese Communist Party amounted to genocide and human rights and crimes against humanity, sorry. And those facts have been testified, evidenced by testimonies of camp survivors, research findings internationally, including Australian Strategic Policy Institute, and Chinese government's own leaked documents, which verified those atrocities by the Chinese Communist Party against Uyghur people. Following the decision of the Uyghur Tribunal, 11 countries have determined, recognized the genocide and crimes against humanity of the Uyghur people. On the 9th of June 2022, European Union also passed a resolution declaring that the atrocities amounted to crimes against humanity and risk of genocide. Most importantly, on the 31st of August 2022, the United Nations Human Rights Commission made a determination and released a landmark report which determined the treatment of Uyghur people by the Chinese Communist Party being as crimes against humanity and serious risk of genocide. And Chinese Communist Party's inhuman treatments did not just take place within the East Turkestan borders. Also, within the diaspora communities, they harassed the Uyghur people, especially those who are active in human rights activities. For example, Rushan Abbas, a famous Uyghur activist in the United States, her sister, Gülşen Abbas, Dr. Gülşen Abbas, was placed in prison just because of her human rights activities in the United States. And also Chinese Communist Party continues to monitor the activities of the Uyghur people and try to divide, create conflicts within the communities in diaspora. They even get involved in the activities of the Uyghur people, even in town hall. For example, attacking the demonstrators, spitting on the people, or damaging the demonstration materials. And in order to deceive the world, Chinese Communist Party continues to deceive the world, for example, by promoting travel to East Turkestan, promoting East Turkestan as if everything is okay, everybody is happy, and people are dancing on the streets and all that. But in reality, the hearts of the people is extensively worried. There is extensive language ban. The mother language of the Uyghur people is banned altogether. The religious practice has been restricted altogether in all parts of East Turkestan. Culture, the civilization's main ingredient, the culture also is being banned, and people are not able to practice their own culture, which is a fundamental human right. So, we are asking China to close the remaining concentration camps, release all inmates in the prisons and concentration camps, and allow the Uyghur people and other Turkic peoples to practice their own language, culture, and religion freely. Our message to the world is this. This danger, in front of this danger is the Uyghur people, but behind them is all of us, everybody, the whole world, regardless of the distance from the Chinese borders. So we ask the world to wake up from the sleep and face the facts. We ask the world to take united action against the perpetrators, to hold them accountable from their genocidal actions. We demand China to end its genocide and aggression against the Uyghur people. In this regard, we also ask our government, our Australian government, to recognize the Uyghur genocide just like 11 other countries. We ask our government to ban any goods, import of any goods made by Uyghur forced labor. We request our government to apply targeted sanctions against those responsible for Uyghur genocide and human rights atrocities. Stop Uyghur genocide!
Stop Uyghur genocide!
Stop Uyghur genocide!
Stop Uyghur genocide!
Freedom for Uyghurs!
Freedom for Uyghurs!
Freedom for Uyghurs!
Freedom for Uyghurs!
Freedom for East Turkestan!
Freedom for East Turkestan!
Freedom for East Turkestan!
Freedom for East Turkestan!
Human rights for Uyghurs!
Human rights for Uyghurs!
Human rights for Uyghurs!
Human rights for Uyghurs!
Justice for Uyghurs!
Justice for Uyghurs!
Justice for Uyghurs!
Justice for Uyghurs!
Down with CCP!
Down with CCP!
Down with CCP!
Down with CCP!
Down with Xi Jinping!
Down with Xi Jinping!
Down with Xi Jinping!
Down with Xi Jinping!
Shame on China!
Shame on China!
Shame on China!
Shame on China!
Thank you for your time.
Now we will have Sister Dulmira Zunun representing the World Uyghur Congress as attorney to say a few words.
Assalamu alaikum, şeýkelgen peýgamberler. Bugün Golcu katliamynyň 29 ýyldyk hatyr gününi hatırlaş bilen hemmemiz müşäýgen bolup turupdyk. Dünýäniň her gaýsy ýerlerinde, meselem kış sowak, kıhırdan bolatgan ýerlerde sowuklarda, sowukny sowuk demey namaýişlerimizde iştirak bolýan Golcu katliamyda katli kılıngan şehitlerimizni eslep, hatirlep, muşu kulumuzdan keladigan oddiy işlarga iştirak qilishga özüni atawatgan dünýäniň her gaýsy ýerlerindäki soğukny soğuk demey, bugünkidek muş isyqny isyq demey çykypatgan, şu şehitlerimizni eslewatgan barlyk gyryndaşlarymyzga minnetdarlygymdy bildirmen. Golcuda bu ötken bu katliamni bayan bizning reisimiz Baxtiyor Böre efendim bolsun, Mehmet Celepçi olsun, Ondan keyin başka kişiler sözlep ötdi. Bunu tekrarlap ötüşünün haceti yok. Men fakat bütün dünyadaki muhaciratda şunçalık azada erkinlikке erişip, erkinlikten şu şehitlerimizden, şu kan beriyotgan, can beriyotgan, şu qarindoshlarımızın bedeliga, başka yurtlarda, başka devletlerde erkinlikке erişiyotgan, şularning bedeliga, mishallarda erkin yaşayotgan barliq Uyghur, Şarq Türkistonlik barliq qarindoshlarimizni uyg'unishga, mushu jangda, mushu safga ketirishga chaqiraman. Allah sizlerden razı olsun. Bugün kelgan mush qarindoshlarımizdan rahmat.
Rahmat, Allah razı olsun. Now we have Brother Juret to tell us more about what happened on Gulja that day. Inshallah, he'll be explaining to us in the Uyghur language. Juret,
Assalamu alaikum, aziz vatandaşlar, qarindoshlar. Bugün Gulja katliamidagi 29 yillik xotira kuni bugün bu yerga Sidneydagi bir qism qarindoshlarimiz chiqdi. Nurg'un qarindoshlarimiz bordi. Ular endi ishlari bilan chiqolmagan bo'lsinmi, ammo yurakida, qinida vatan millat sevgisi bor qarindoshlarimiz bugün bu yerda Xitoy konsulxona oldida Xitoyga bo'lgan nafratini ifodalab turibdi. Dunyodagi barliq qarindoshlarimizni shunday konsul oldidan o'zining Xitoyga bo'lgan nafratini ifodalayotgan qarindoshlarımızga alayda rahmatini bildiraman. Bugun chiqqan qarindoshlarımizga alayda rahmatini bildiraman. Hammanglardan Allah razı olsun. Rahmat.
Shame, shame, China, shame.
Shame, shame, China, shame.
Shame, shame, China, shame.
Shame, shame, China, shame.
Freedom for Uyghurs.
Freedom for Uyghur.
Hammanglarga rahmat. Bugun mishan kelgan har bir qarindishimdan Allah razı olsun. Qadamlaringlarga gullar unsin. Aşı ballarımızga, aşı ballarımızga insaf versin. Vatan sevgisini kalbiga Allah Teala özü sağsın. Hammanglarga rahmat. Bugünkü namoyishimiz tugadi. Thank you very much for our safety standing here the hot days. Thank you very much. God bless you. God bless Australia. Thank you.